guys, welcome back to Jack Reclamation Co. We are going to be talking about the new operating system for work today. What I'm about to cover is just really a micro change in approach. When we start talking about operating models, there's a lot more there that needs to be considered. Digital strategy, company culture, talent, metrics, measurement, even technology stack, and your enterprise architecture. But this can at least get us thinking. Now, let's talk about the tie-in between the last 6 weeks, the remote myths, and this. We've spent 3 years arguing about where we work. Now, it's time for us to focus on how we work. The myths of remote work are symptoms of a much larger problem. We're trying to run 21st century digital teams with 20th century operating systems. To fix this, we truly need 3 fundamental shifts. First, we really need to go asynchronous by default. Synchronous meetings are very expensive, they're disruptive. Matter of fact, I remember several years ago, we actually had a meeting cost tracker. And it really sort of hacked off the senior leaders when we would pull this up in a meeting. But it was educational and it was very eye-opening, the cost of when we bring high-paid professionals to the table for something that, as the meme says, should have been an email. Let's reserve time for important items like debate, for complex problem solving, and bonding. Everything else, updates, status checks, decisions, they should be written, they should be recorded, compressed and highlighted by AI, and consumed on the team's schedule. We have tools for a reason. And using the tools is work. It's communication, it's collaboration, and ultimately the lightest documentation we can possibly have. This is really the only way for us to reclaim that deep focus. Second, start managing outcomes, not activity. If you can't describe what success looks like for a role without using hours logged or locations as a metric, then the role isn't defined correctly. Way too many organizations also still have antiquated role descriptions and definitions that we call job descriptions, instead of moving towards something that is more product-based as an outcome. What does this look like? Well, for example, it looks like hiring the people for their expertise and their experience, and then defining the outcomes separate from the person that we hire. Then have the team define their frame. Now, if you're not familiar with the term frame, it's simply a mechanism for how the team operates and what they need to accomplish when it comes to a product-oriented organization. And then align those responsibilities collaboratively. In the past, I've used a responsibilities board that helps the team identify everything that needs to be done to complete their mission, and then align that and say, okay, person X, you're going to go ahead and take this. Person Y, what do you want to pick up? Person Z, how do we want to round this out? There's a method that we can use to help identify responsibilities. This helps us move to more of a results-oriented work environment. So we trust the data, we trust the outcomes, the outputs, not just where that person is sitting. Third, modernize your product delivery culture. Stop expecting culture to happen by accident near the coffee machine. In a distributed world, culture is a series of intentional rituals, virtual, in-person, or hybrid, designed to build trust and psychological safety. As a leader, are you doing virtual Gemba walks? Are you helping the teams learn and grow? Are you providing that vision and that strategy and that mission and those values from your organization that are needed to build that culture? Are you doing that only for those in the office, or only those that attend a one-on-one with you? Or are you making it so that information is available and spending the time in those virtual environments with the teams? The future of work isn't back in the office or remote or hybrid. It's intentionality. That's the future of work. Stop managing the location and start designing performance based on what the product outcomes are. We can help you. We can help you define your 21st century strategy. We can help you define what your operating system is. We'd love to talk. We'd love to find out what you're doing and how you're doing it. We'll talk to you later.